Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Sports Talk. Today, we are about to have some light conversation about Arsenal and then, try to figure out why they couldn't win the Premier League because I still do not understand. Stay with us. Let's have fun.
Premier League champions.
Okay, as we said, Arsenal. I still do not understand why. I watched something on I think Facebook, and then it was written that Arsenal led the Premier League table
For
like
50 days.
yeah, that was like 93% of the league duration.
Yeah.
That is historic. And then at the latter part, what happened? Why do you think Arsenal, as you said, Arsenal bottled it at that?
No,
like, I don't know.
They were laggards, they were.
Okay, sure, someone
for
okay.
the
Why do you think Arsenal?
I think it was due to the fact that Arteta's bench wasn't all that equipped to help him at the latter
His
stage.
bench?
Like
Okay.
technically, the players were not up to the task. When the injury started to hit them, they found themselves in a very difficult situation for the players who were coming out from the bench to come in and replace the possible
The
regular ones. So that was the main factor. And Arteta himself, not having that experience as a coach, I think he also made some mess around himself, and they tend to bottle at the latter stage, which was unfortunate.
It was very unfortunate.
The match after the match against City, I think they were at home, so like they were frightened, and then they ended up messing up. So it was due to the inexperience on the part of Arteta and the players, the quality wise, like they weren't up to the task. So
Okay.
that was
He's saying that Arsenal, it looks more like they don't have a team depth, They have like the constant players, and then when they leave,
about 14 players.
yeah, when they leave and then the rest are not. Do you share the same idea?
Yeah.
Now let me ask you a general question. Like the whole Arsenal team, we saw how they started, how they tried their best to do whatever. What, in your opinion, maybe you share the same opinion, but what, in your opinion, do you think went wrong? Then Uncle.
But before I start, we should all know that Arsenal are very, very good starters of the Premier League. They almost started so
think they have
well.
a history.
Yeah, when they start, Charlie. But when time to do now, they don't show up. But I felt that as the league went on, they were so predictable. Because that Martinelli will be on this side, Saka will be on that side, he'll play wide, and maybe Zinchenko will come into the midfield into the base. People got to know the formation.
So you could actually plan.
Yeah, you could know how Arsenal will approach this game, and you know how they will play. And they didn't have any plan B. Because Edrubebin now Arteta, even the change is Krahano.
Obeya Nasin, because
and I think the inexperience counted. One thing that people did not realize that they didn't have a leader in the team. Obeka's a leader in what sense? Leader is someone who said, no, this is what we need to do at this particular time. And on a city DBT.
Is that not the responsibility of the coach?
No,
or you think they need a leader on the field?
On the field of play, they should have a leader. Who said no. Even when you look at their games against Aston Villa, against Southampton, Southampton on board draw.
against West Ham and Southampton.
Against West Ham, no, they had one game, they came from behind to win 3-2 or so against Bournemouth, and they were celebrating, jubilating all over as if they won the league.
Zinchenko, I think Zinchenko.
But City will not do this. These are some people. Even Alexander Arnold says that if you are playing the league and you are leading, the City is behind you, you feel they could smell blood. He knows the pressure. we're talking of people behind there. They can go on a run like 12, 14, 15 games.
Lose, yeah.
So you should know what's ahead. But I said, oh my head. Oh, yaji, baby, you're doing it there. No. And maybe a year no the players were disappointed.
Exactly.
They lost form.
Exactly.
You couldn't find their key members. They are more somebody show up.
Now, as a football fan, me Arsenal fan, obviously, but then as a football fan, I was actually way back in like after the World Cup.
Yeah.
Everybody was saying the same thing. Oh, Arsenal, you know, and then they came back and it looked like they switch off something in the team.
Yeah.
What you say? I didn't understand what was actually wrong. Now, when Gabriel Jesus, right, when he went on injury, Nketiah, I think he performed.
He had a good run as well.
Like the match against Manchester United, he scored the brace. Like he did really well. Even in the cup competitions, he stepped in and he performed very, very well. Let's not forget that before the World Cup, Arsenal had about 50 points, I think, in the league.
Yeah, how many points? 12 points
ahead of City.
Yeah.
And City were even struggling between City and Manchester for the second place. And Newcastle,
Newcastle was also
City weren't performing. Like he said earlier on, City can go on a run for like 13 matches without losing, not even draw.
Yeah.
They will constantly win. So with a side like that, who has been like City, this is the third league they've
been consistent.
So you City smell blood, as he said. So you should be concentrated on the matches, and the leaders who have previously won matches and won league competition with City, like Zinchenko, Gabriel, they should have stepped in and helped the inexperienced players, like the young ones coming up, for them to know that they have to do something. They have to. And I blame most of their losses on Arteta, because Arteta had only his first 11. Even when they signed Trossard, he was performing well. Most of the matches, Saka wearing up to the task. Instead of benching him and letting the other ones, like the one who came out from the bench and scored the Brazilian boy, I've forgotten his name, who scored their winner against Bournemouth.
I don't think that was here Brazilian.
Yeah, like
Nelson.
Nelson. Brazilian.
He's not Brazilian.
I don't know. I really don't know.
Like players of that sort, if the other ones are not performing, you should give them the opportunity for them to.
But I for one, like I felt very bad when he wasn't using a guy like Nketiah, because
Nketiah had injury.
Now. After Gabriel Jesus by an injury.
I know what injury.
Because I felt bad. Me sure much I was like, guy perform here the absence of senior player and what I say. But I didn't know we use
And even he allowed Nketiah to play in certain matches in the cup competition and those. But you should give the other ones the opportunity for them to like in their the latter stage of the season. They were Zinchenko was very much struggling on the flanks. Like the match against Southampton, he was finding it difficult to even perform on the pitch. You had Tierney and other players on the bench. They could have stepped in, although you don't know what they will give you in that.
No, that thing is,
you have to change it.
When Arsenal is going on the offensive, Zinchenko is perfect, but Tierney defends more than him. He Arteta loves the offensive side of Zinchenko.
I understand. You know, when Saliba got injured, they were leaking so many goals. In that instance, if you can even, like Mourinho, he will score you 1 or 2, and he will defend for the result, because you need the result to win league. Like the good defense will win you league, will win you titles. And your offensive side will score in the goals, but you need a good solid defense to defend the result.
Arsenal also did not understand this thing, that it's not always that you have to play good football to win games.
Attractive football.
That's what City beats people with. That people don't. Sometimes you see that they play so rough, even against Fulham. They had a bad day, but then boom, was when immediately Alvarez scored, their game plan changed. You see City trying to hold up play to delay time and all that. It's
a technique.
That champions do.
That is why
they play. But if you don't have the experience of those people, but then I was so surprised, like people like Xhaka, they didn't show up. Showing up is you've played the league for so long. You should know your way.
In terms of difficulties,
let them know that this is what we have to do. This is what. But then on no mom, Semenyo tough now. Then you see him messing. Look at what he did against Liverpool. I was like, so.
But I think going forward, they should not sell all the players who did well this season.
Oh, but most players will believe it. Yeah, most players will believe it.
One will believe it.
Xhaka is
a
already
player who has given you 5 goals and 7 assists. If you are to replace him, you have to replace him with another player who is to give you the same, not even 10 goals or like the same assist and the same goals back. He should step in and do to the boss to boss. The player they are looking for to sign. Who is from West Ham? I've forgotten his name.
Declan Rice.
I don't think.
But it will be a very big competition because so many people are looking for that player. Yeah,
I think they should go in for Manchester. I know they are in for Gundogan as well.
Oh, that thing won't work, bro.
When I Arsenal,
how is this possible? We are Gundogan for Arsenal.
Oh, like contract issues.
Nana, City man in 2 years. Na City on man no one. So that time goes on me the one account. Na me bisa so okay City am na. We are Gundogan for Arsenal.
Players tend to do that.
Some people do it out of anger and then they normally regret afterwards. But then some people do it. Now, what a player like let's take some individual players here. A player like our own Thomas Partey.
Yeah, Thomas.
At the latter part of the league, did you like his performance?
Thomas has switched you off.
I didn't cry. Did you like his performance?
Say so go share na na man.
No, na ba the concept no more yet.
So light didn't do me. Thomas, no.
Because
I watched the West Ham game, no. Thomas, when lose ball, no. Oh man, I'm like, Thomas, who you brony? Africa, it's me so mukra. You know what's at stake? Good himself who lead this crucial.
I think he needs a coach like
that. Is Arteta's problem.
Mourinho will teach you how to foul. I'm foul.
Yeah, once I would do certain stage be or competition in my league in a core latter stage of the league, you know. And so we have players are ready to fight.
Exactly.
It's not more or less.
Man.
Step in and do the job for you. And like you take your 3 points and you
just move on.
But what I think Coach Partey was Thomas was or game now floppy and now you drop on a ball Jorginho.
And
another pressure.
Jorginho so far a farmer for some games.
Because looking at their last game, about Partey out of position.
Yeah, he went on the
right back.
And centre back.
Right back.
Okay.
Which is not Partey, yeah. As I thought that persistent of force money, but confidence wise in you. We should know because Bar has always been Bar is so high.
Before the World Cup, I stand to be corrected. To me, I think Partey was one of the best midfielders in the Premier League.
No doubt.
Not even one. I would say the best.
No.
They placed him ahead of Rodri and even they were comparing when they
Rodri is solid midfielder. Or he has a perfect team. What I said, Rodri because he has
about City
Only one point about the whole season.
Guardiola cosign Rodri. No money now Atletico no cosign.
Rodri level 2 Partey free Atletico referee. Rodri now Partey done.
Na City fan dey we no can.
Even our viewers know say Rodri never.
Anyway, another player like Trossard.
Yeah.
Do you think he made the right move coming to us now?
Yeah, he did.
Because when one bought to his satisfaction,
I blame Arteta on that because Trossard for the buyer.
Yeah.
But not Arteta also trusting Martinelli money. Also because in the game plan no so
the same thing.
Martinelli, Xhaka, it's so predictable.
I mean when he said Trossard not buying, he came in like some forward line train players no like Kubinya Villa
but
Trossard never say Oba say Obo as wings now because when match be Brighton against Liverpool or against Chelsea. I forgot that between two now. Oba himself said 3 goals was that particular match. So or he play a season win and cause no form. Or call even in the national side no World Cup near you know. Move benching near but Oba Bo he's very he put in good performances near you. And Ateta ne de ono na mas na for me hu ne say personally o man and not even for player ba ko so mba so me change the whole setup na o man winning games like football doesn't work that way.
Now answer a baby, you know, on a scale of 1 to 10 Arteta what man is saying?
Oh say and now Ateta the medical man be 5.5 because no Ateta here I don't trust Ateta. It's not and yes mo be personally against him but his changes ni nyeme bi wo ha although say bia wetin make say Arsenal omo hierarchy no omo man no the omo man due diligence man na top players na no enye no Caicedo ni players bia
Caicedo
you also follow Caicedo.
I think my kind online say
McAllister say no here or Brighton no here
options no about
trust and go no turn man ko to Jorginho as free man
Musa is a Sheko Sane
I said that here until say like to be although say Arsenal play supporters be break say United support two league 2012 me so that time now Aguero moment no
yeah
but
it doesn't make
you can't battle the league
but I'll give Arteta 8 out of 10
maybe 5
out of 10
yeah
now why do you think 5.5 when added to you
no he impressively well but I can't ultimately senior the BIA Ten can good is not good enough. So bet my winning league in the partner options ni bibia once do baby Guardiola Pep crack or see position now more second position or no benya na ko Arsenal no the league in the top no be because who match against City as match okona oko win now who the prove bibi. You can't let Obiano in a competitive league, you know. Away.
Every no,
that's it. But you have to do something.
A competition. What? Oh, money winning crowd at least. Money who say also hobby. No, like you don't even give them a competition during the match.
Players no pressure no crowd be more.
He's coming to speak as a City fan. Can't say
the rest. Sebastian Saverio go
Anyway, why do you think he deserves it?
He deserves it because looking at maybe Arsenal war, maybe yeah, even qualifying for Europa was so tough for them. Saving Conference League round movie, but to guide them through and Mobile Champions League football next season, and looking at their play, do you think
next season they can do better?
Oh, they can.
This time around,
next season top 4 the Arsenal become.
Seeing what I'm proving this season. So mobile next season, Liverpool last season competition on mobile. Then this season, same year start here. And I say Obia Paba.
Yeah.
I'm for Liverpool. Anytime I'm for having conversation, I'm for Liverpool.
This time
Chelsea crowd on my own. It's initially.
That's in the
Chelsea because blue no more show matter and that's why to be figure out.
Arsenal, you can say almost top players just like that. Say the Chelsea here to bully to top players. Chelsea almost keep Saka man the contract.
Yeah, 4 years. Yeah, we renew contract.
Inti who keep best players now. A bit attract other good players.
But then Arsenal but chance no
the way
from the league is all bet me a league in Nana Edding no credit go bedding papa
a bedding
in Haaland so better improve the records near Pep be free England
I know what I was saying the same thing on there Pep no and on there Haaland. And I'll be
first game community shield against Liverpool. Chance no said almost and Nunes right.
But Liverpool
almost I
think Liverpool very confident.
Pep say after that community shield game no catch say Pep don't worry I'll score goals.
I'm catch Pep say oba Premier League no I said oba ni first season obedi second. First season and then see free the only coach I want to delivers Ten Hag because the first season so man you I will cover top 4 what you say but that's a discussion for another day. Thank you very much for watching our video. My usual guest Mr. Boutros and Mr. Kester. Make sure you subscribe. Let's grow together and have fun. Thank you very much. See you another time.